The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yo.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Okay, sorry guys for a little bit misunderstanding and for late. Okay, so today is Min 3-bet pot's turn. Great. Okay, I'm gonna wait like 2 or 3 minutes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, all fine. Don't worry, Kuba, we started late, so we didn't even start it. Okay, Davis, are you here? Okay, we're gonna wait for Davis and we're gonna start. I'm not gonna check the presents today because it's too late. I mean, we start late, so don't worry. Okay, let's start. Hand number 1, NL25. Okay, we open raise 2 big blinds, we get a 3-bet. We call. Okay, we check back and then face pot bet. What to do? Okay, you're welcome. This is not a rack. No way. 40 big blinds, deep stack. I mean, he's 3-betting. No way, this is a rack. So don't worry. Okay, so Andros, are you here? What we do on the turn? Yes, what we do on the turn? A standard.
Let me see the hand. Call, of course.
And then on blank, what we do?
I will call again.
Yep.
Yes, call them from the turn.
Yes. Unless,
I'm thinking even calling on any river.
And even on ace of spades.
Maybe ace of spades is one of the worst cards. It's closer, but if the ace of spades came and he bets, he bets. I think he will be mostly polarized. So I can found even a call on an ace of spades.
Against half pot, I guess we can call, but it's close. Depends on the sizings. Yeah, in general, I'm calling like a lot on the river.
Are you folding Natson to a 2/3 bet on the river on an ace of spades?
Yes, I'm folding to bigger bet. Like because ace is like king and ace are like really worst cards for us in min-2 bet pots. And here they are like connected to the board. So yeah.
Are you saying that because people usually min-3 bet with an ace or a king? It's strange.
Yeah. And here it's even more possible. Like it's the board is getting like more connected, and yeah. So it's
Isn't our
sorry.
Isn't our hand too weak to bluff cash? Can't we lead flop and bet turn?
Yes, we can, but in intermediate videos, as standard, we check back here. If you get some reads, that opponent is like check calling or he's not so aggro. Okay, like let me put it this way: as default in min-2 bet pots with like the opponents are aggro, so I expect here to get a check raise really often. Okay, as default I'm checking back those pairs, I'm calling turn and then decide river as default with those second pairs. If I had reads that the guy is never check raising or he's passive later on, then I can bet for value the flop. But as default I expect him to get a lot of check raises in min-2 bet pots, and people are not folding so often in min-2 bet pots, as most of you know exactly. So here I prefer to pot control and yeah, try to get to the showdown. So yeah. Question is, can we raise the turn for protection for free showdown? No. No, because you're gonna get the ships so often. Here we are bluff catching really often, and basically like those aces and kings are the worst hands for us. So yeah, on those cards against pot size I'm folding. Against like smaller side depends if it's king of spades or not. For first time you can even fold on those cards against half pots. It's fine, river, so it's not a big problem. Question, guys?
I have one question for the flop. Is there is a queen 9-6? Do we still check behind, or I mean some second pairs we are betting, right? If they're like lower.
Yes, ace 10 I'm bet calling, like unless I get like really huge raise.
Okay.
So yes, but this like ace 10 king 10 is really strong here.
And what if it's queen 9-6 and we have 10-9? We are checking behind as well. And queen 8-6 and we have 10-8. We are checking behind as well.
Queen 8-6. Yeah. I hope you understand the hand strength, like relative hand strength in this spot. Okay.
Yeah, no, why I'm asking is I thought that it's like close to dong bet pots and that we are checking behind more higher second pairs, but betting the lower second pairs. Maybe I didn't understand correctly.
No. here, okay, what do you do with 6-5?
I would bet probably.
6 deuce, 6-3 type of hand.
Yeah, I thought we are betting all those hands because maybe we get calls from the draws, and so.
Well, if you would be like starter, yeah, do it. But here we are intermediate, okay? And like, I guess it's still like a standard. Here, our target by calling min 3-bet is to hit some strong hand and get it in, okay? Because we get the odds. If we hit like weaker hand, we want to get cheaply to showdown.
Okay.
So yes, with the 6-3 you can bet and fold to raise, or you can just check back, try to improve, and then get the value. Because people are crazy in 3-bet pots. So once you hit even your like 2 weak pairs, you can get a lot of value. Okay.
Okay.
So yes, easy way is just to bet half and give up. Because this is like also like solution, but checking back is better. Unless you're gonna do like really crazy cooldowns, or then it's really bad. But you are guys intermediate, you know this. So yeah, so we check back. More questions?
What if he checks on turn, we bet, and on what card on river do you fold to pot size donk bet? Do you ever?
No, then I'm like ace and king of spades, but on this line I'm less tend to fold. Okay, because I will bet the turn like 4 or half pots close like this, 4 big blinds. And if he pot bets, the pot will be smaller, and this is really bullshit line. So I would, on this line, I would bluff catch more. And of course, next time I would just even check back the turn again with weak tens. If the guy is really crazy like this, because it's crazy line, and you're not gonna see this often. Okay, questions? Okay, next hand. Queen 6. Yeah, we face min 3-bet, and opponent check, we pot bet. Guys checking again, we pot bet. He min raise. Call turn. Worst hand to call the turn. Davies, what are you doing here and why? What is worst hand to call the turn?
Versus a min raise, I think I would call queen 6 2 pair, like as the worst, and then decide on the bet size in the river. If he bets like small, like half pot or less, I would call it bigger than I would fold. But to a min raise, I think I'm calling queen 6 as a bottom.
This is not a min raise.
This is 12. That's a bit bigger. Well, I would call min raise, and to this size, then I'm folded. Like if he clicks back the min raise, I would call queen 6.
Okay. Here, main problem is that it's not a problem, but we build up a big pot, okay, on the flop and on the turn, and we get min raise on the flash card. So it's really becoming close. For sure, let's talk what we are not folding. For me, like ace deuce, I think I'm never folding ace deuce. Ace deuce, ace 6, never ever.
What do you think about queen with the 10 of spades?
10 queen.
I'm going with that.
No, I'm not folding because we have only 10 high flash draw and second pair.
Yes, but the time inside
Yeah.
flush
Uh-huh.
could be
Well,
a passive student.
okay, so if we have the queen 10, 10 in the spades, for sure at this spot on the turn we are behind. There's no way he's bluffing this way. Not against our so huge bets. No way. No in the world. Okay, so we look at the odds. And here it's becoming, we have a problem here because we are not drawing to the nuts with 10 spades. And if we call here, we have to call huge river bet on when we hit. And we are hitting only in 18% of time. So 80% of time we have to give up or fold and we're gonna lose most likely. And 80% of time we call and call down, and some part of those calls we gonna lose anyways because there is king and queen of spade, but and jack. So 3 better flushes are there.
Yes.
So
Now I'm thinking again, and I think with queen 10, I'm checking on the flop.
yeah. Or don't, you're not betting so high, okay?
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
look,
So
because
we're
this
not on that spot.
I'm not saying this play is bad. It's really good. But once we get raised on the turn, we have to show down, even if it's a 3-bet pot, because we have to play for the stacks with 2 bottom pairs, and where is the flash possible? So yes, I'm playing like this, and I'm just folding the turn here with queen 6. I'm never folding ace-6 for sure. Ace-deuce is like border line.
Even being a min 3-bet pot,
Yes, because our sizings, we pot bet and we bet really huge on the turn, and we still get raised. Okay, I'm not so worried about the flash. I'm also worried about like 2 pairs, everything. Yes, this is min pot, so he can play this way with like 2 pairs, like ace deuce, ace-6 kind of hands. Okay, or
Would you consider betting turn even bigger? And once you get raised, you know for sure you beat.
what is your answer, Davis?
Well, he still can call if he has a king, queen, flush draw. He would call.
No, I would use the same sizing. I would make it like around 6. I want to get called by worst. I target the aces. Okay.
A6. I don't think he's calling with A6 anyway when the
I
flush
mean,
hits.
anything, an ace, they will not fold into it, but those aces. But we lose against flash draws because they are hit. They hit on the turn. Sorry. Yep. So, yep. So I'm folding. It sucks, but this is like we build a big pot, and yeah, it's too much for me on the turn. However, I think ace deuce is still a loose call down, and it's fine, I guess, because of min 2-bet pot.
But if he clicks back and like a min raise, he makes it 1260.
Well, then I can,
Still
yes,
only ace deuce.
no, then it's becoming close. I can draw to full house, and then if I hit my full house, I overbet donk jam and hope to get called by worst. Well, fold is also fine. It's a bit tight, but it's okay. Here it's more than liquid back, so it's
can we consider calling on the turn to fold on the river?
well, you're gonna. Problem here is because of our size. His range is really. If he's there's no way like. How it explain to you? Because his range is so strong, so he will like in 80% of time he will barrel the river.
Yes, but at the same time, it confused me a little bit because the flush appears, and don't you think that with the strong cut maybe he will slow down? For example, pocket sixes, he had a set of sixes. On the turn maybe he most likely will call with set of sixes once the flash get there and we bet big twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
But
he's
we are
in
still
that.
losing. And yes, he will become more polarized on the river. Okay. But in his range, I believe there is way more flashes and less bluffs here. Okay. And we don't know if he's bluffing this 2 times or not. It's too much guessing games there. Okay. So, well, this might be option to, to just try to draw to full house and then fold. If we unimproved on the we are not improved on the river.
Don't you think that he could be able to do this from time to time with something like King 10 with the King of Spades, for example?
Yeah, but it's not so often. It's
or other stuff like that. So maybe calling on the turn to fall on the river. I mean, on the river, we still have like a 3/4 bet left. So it's not like if we call on the turn, we must call on the river.
No, but if he's like bluffing this way once and give up, it's okay. His bluffing frequencies is too low. Okay, even to just call it on the turn to bluff catch, because we made so big bets, and if this guy wants to bluff us on the turn, this way he will spew his money in much safer spots for us. Okay, and if he had like spade draw, he has still really good equity on us. Okay. So it's becoming really tough, and easiest way is just to give up, especially when we have no reads on the guy. Of course, if I had the read, I would never play this way if I know that guy can make 10 bluffs raises. Okay, this is not our adjustment against bluffers. We would just check call or check behind call the river against heavy bluffers.
Don't you think that we lost a lot of value if we check on the turn? And if another space appears, he could turn a weak hand into a bluff and will be really ugly because we are folding.
Yes, my point is this is huge. Okay, this is huge call on the turn. Agree? Do you agree with me, Andros?
Yes.
Yes. So this guy is unknown. We are printing money if we bet on the flop, bet big on the turn. It's printing money because we get value from aces. Sometimes you're gonna get called by kings here, pocket kings, some queens. The flash draws, like king 10 will call us for sure on the turn again. So I would not go to calls here on the turn without the reads and with such a weak hand. Okay.
Okay, but the adaptation you will do against a bluffer will be check back on the turn to call on the river. Because we are losing a lot of value if we check on the turn. So against the bluffer,
yes, you're right, because we're giving up equity. You have to flash draw. So checking back turn is it's not a good idea.
So if we have those reads, maybe the best is to bet call down against with those reads.
Yes.
But
it's still tough, and we have a hard time. So maybe I'll just get my sizing smaller, so I would not have I would not build a big pot. Okay.
Yes.
Because
And
we are on.
Against an aggro guy, it's even better to call on from the turn because he will mostly bet his flush draws on the flop. So once he raises on the turn,
Yeah, but you know, fishes are tricky. Okay, so if the heavy bluffer starts to check calling, my alarm, I want to be really careful. Okay, because I
yes,
expect him to bluff all the way with even overbets or pot bets. Okay, once he check calls and then check min raise turn, I guess I'm done here, to be honest, because this is exactly a tricky line with nuts.
yes, you're right.
So yeah. Okay. So questions? Now let's go for the other hand. And number 3. Ace Queen. Okay, I'm just for betting this and stack it off. Yes, he wrote that. As played. Oh shit. Okay, so what is our stack? He calls for 3.5. It's like around 26 euro. We bet he has 19 left, less than pot size. Question, bet or check turn? Okay, Michał, Fossil, are you here? What are you doing on the turn and why? Okay, Michał, are you here? Okay, Michał, another Michał, Sabinho. What is your opinion?
This is hard, but actually I would do as he wrote there. I would check behind the turn and try to get to showdown and probably fold to his bet because I don't think they usually bluff on boards like this. So if he bets on the river, he probably has his king. So just check back the turn and fold the river, or check back the river. Unless, of course, we hit queen or ace. Yeah.
Okay, so on what is calling us on the flop? Check calling there.
Any make hand, any king.
Well, yeah, blank king, I don't think he will just call the king. He will call for sure king, queen, jack, king type of hands. And also queen, jack, ace 10, ace, jack, yeah. So
Yes, maybe something like king 9 with a backdoor flush draw. King 9 of clubs, diamonds of hearts, king 8 of clubs, diamond of hearts. He could still call with that.
yes, so checking back and giving up is an option. And I believe that just shipping on the turn is also fine, mainly because he has pot size bet left and we don't need so much equity there. Like it's like we have to be good like less than around 30% if we pot bet. So we have the equity, sometimes we're gonna get call, like we have to get call like 50% by worst hand here. So yeah, my bet would be like turning my hand into a bluff here. Oh shit. Yes.
How about checking the turn and calling any bet on the river? Because that way if we shove, I mean, yes, there is possibility that he will call us with worst two pair, but it's small chance, and by checking on the turn we are giving him a chance to bluff on the river.
The problem is that there are almost no bluffs in his range.
Yes,
Why?
and also he has all the queens, aces, jacks, tens, because he was 3-betting. Also kings, because he's.
If we jam on the turn, we can still get called by worse.
So yes, we hope that he gonna call with queen, jack, queen, ten, worst two pairs. But problem here is there is not enough, I believe.
Yes, I will check back and fold on the river. There are almost no bluffs in his range, and I don't think we have more than 50% against his calling range on the turn. So people usually won't turn weak make hand here into a bluff. So for all that points, I will check back on the turn to fold on the river.
Yes, agree totally. Because in some spots, if this guy would have like around half pot or like 60% of pot size bet left, we just jam. We don't care then. Okay.
Yep.
But here it's 19. It's here has around 19, 18, something like this. I didn't maybe I didn't control well, but it's borderline here. For sure, like 15, 14 euro stack left. I'm just jamming. Hope that I'm gonna get called by two pairs. But yeah, and yeah. Question is on the river. What we do, call or fold? I guess it's a fold. Because I don't believe he's gonna value bet worse hands, and there is, as Andros said, there is absolutely no draws. I mean no bluffs, because what the hell he's gonna bluff on the river that was calling the flop by pot size. Okay, hero bets pots and he still check call. So what he gonna bluff? Pocket deuces? No way. On the other hand, hits the turn. Pocket, like if he change his like a set of tens into a bluff and jams, we are still on. Okay, so yeah. Questions?
I'm thinking, Natson, about what should be the remaining stack on billion to shove on the turn. I was thinking about 2/3. What do you think? I mean, if billion left 2/3 of the pot on the turn, we must shove in that case.
Yeah, okay, so like half pot, so it's 12 euro snap, right?
Yes.
60%, around like 15 euro. Close. 17, no. So it's like close to, as you said, I would do it up to 14 euro. So it's like around 60%, I believe. I maybe even 15. Something around this, but I'm not really happy. And also, you know, guys, overall, if you look on the hand by the whole situations, it's not so bad, because this 10 or king will come often. So even if we lose here, overall on long run in this spot we are still printing money. So yeah.
So up to 2/3 of the pot will be okay.
Yes.
I mean, in that case,
yes,
William will most likely call with aces, for example, because he will feel committed and.
Yes, we're not gonna make a fold with anything better, so he will still call with aces, queens, jacks, tens, kings, and a king. So yes, maybe another option is to just check and give up. For 2/3, okay. For half pot, just jamming, and no one cares. But 2/3 is this size when we have to think what is better, check back, give up, or choose jam. Nice. Okay, so let me put it this way. Checking back and giving up is always fine, no matter stack size on the turn. For the half pot, we still can have like really we can hope that he is going to call with worst two pairs and maybe some ace, naked ace, like ace 9 or whatever. For half pot,
backdoor flag,
yes,
backdoor flag,
maybe
queen 9, jack 9. I
yes,
think the shorter they are, the more we call on turn, and I think up to 2/3 of the pot, maybe we have more than 50% against his calling range.
Yes, it's borderline, borderline.
Yes, 2/3 is super close, but maybe it's slightly more than half pot.
Yes, it's and it's it's borderline. We can like talk about it for hours, but I hope everyone got the point. Of course, here 44 hands, so probably we have some hits on the guy, so it might be helpful here to make a decision. And this is not so important spot, okay? Because this will not happen so often, and we still printing money on the flop. Sometimes we are like behind on the flop, Okay, because this board is hitting the guy's range more than us. Okay, because we forbet any queens, aces, jacks. So we have no aces, those strong hands, and he can still have it. He can have like everything here.
Another question, Nathan, about preflop.
It's easy 4-bet to like 15 and stack off any flop.
Yes, but what should be Billion stack to 4-bet jam preflop with ace queen?
4-bet shove?
Yes, up to 80 big blinds. Are you 4-betting shove versus a no with ace queen? Or up to 70?
Okay, if I see the guys like confirmed fish, for example, Poker Stars, he has Bronze Star, no auto rebuy. I'm for betting ace queen against 80 big blinds. If I don't know, I'm just calling 3-bet. But this is not a huge problem, okay? Here, those ace queens. You can 4-bet and stack it off. For like half of the Coaching for Profits program, I was 4-betting ace queen off and stacking it off. And the nines, because I misread the standard lines. And that was not a problem. Here, if I see the stats that he was 3-betting 16%, I'm snap for betting, stack it off, nines and ace queen, even against like 80 big blinds.
How much? How much trigger?
Okay, 44 hands, 16 3-bet. Okay, so he is not innocent. He 3-betting. He's 3-betting. Okay, so this is enough info for me to choose 4-bet and stack it off for up to 80 big blinds or even 90. No, not depends. Also,
How big 4-bet?
Here 4-bet to like 15 or even 20, really big, and stack off any flop. Really big.
Perfect. And against a no, how much should be his stack to 4-bet always with ace queen? With against 60 big blinds, are you? Let's say you are playing the first hand against a player with 60 big blinds. Are you always 4-betting jam with ace queen?
Yes, 60 snap. 60, perfect. 56 is snap, 70, probably yes. 80 borderline, but I guess even 80 is fine to stack it up. Okay, 90, yeah, whatever. But up to 80, let's say. And again,
Up to
this 80.
versus unknown.
Yep. Up to 80. You can be tight and set it up to 70. This is my like standard line. Especially on lower the stakes are, I'm less likely to stack it up. Okay. More questions?
And against 100 big blinds, if the player have more than 20% of 3-bet, yes, we can
Snap, yeah. It depends if it's a reg or not, because this is also why I include this stakes, because on higher stakes and at 400 there is way more bigger chance to face like the reverse bump hunter guy. So reg who is pretending to be a fish, then I get there will be like more complicated spots, and I prefer to have lower variant spots. Okay. Especially unless I'm making like 10k or like 12k, then I don't care and play really loose. But until that, I prefer to be careful on those higher stakes. I'm just always like more tend to call pre-flop on this against unknown.
Right.
Okay. So guys, remember those. Always like search for your opponent, look how many tables he's playing, is he hidden from search, what his VIP status he has like auto rebuy or whatever. Because those informations on higher stakes matters. Okay? On N50, on 100, no brainer. Okay. Questions? No. Next hand. Hand number 4. 6-7 suited by Davis. Yep, we call. Yes, we check. And then face a check raise. We bet call and call the river. Question is turn play. What we do? Call or fold? Question goes to Kuba. What do you think we should do here on the turn?
I think call is good because if we do that, we don't get action from worse hands. He might fold and ace one pair, and when we call, he can still bet on river.
Okay, guys, I hope you understand the difference between this spot and Queen 6 spot. Like we hero checks back the flop first, but here there is no flash possible. So it's really huge difference than, the 6 connects to the flop, but the flashes are way more like scary for the guy and they less tends to bluff here. And also the pot is smaller, so I'm snap calling this. And on the river, well, against pot size bet, I would be really careful and I might fold against unknown. Here against half pot I'm snap calling. Okay, so question to Vasil. What are you doing with ace 3? Let's pretend you misclick and check back the flop. What are you doing here with the ace 3? You bet and then you face a raise. What do you do with the ace 3? Are you here?
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes. Oh, there's something. I don't hear you. Some problem. Okay, Thomas Huckleberry. What we do here with ace 3? Let's pretend we check back the flop. Guys, are you sleeping? Micha, are you here? Please be here. Okay, so what do you do with top pair? Mean 3-bet pot. Ace-3. Hmm. Yes, we know that you are thinking. Yes, Nafty, we call down, we never fold the topper unless we face like pot bet on the river. We never fold topper. We don't, of course, when it's got 4 connected or we face really pot bets, we can fold. But here, the folding the ace is not even close to fold. Ace is not even close to fold. We call down, close eyes and snap. Yes. What about bigger sizing? Probably still call. Because yes, there's only like one straight possible, no flash. So when the flash hits, I am getting really more careful. But if there is no flash, I'm snap calling down. I don't care about my kicker. Of course, this is
Isn't it start?
yes, yeah.
I mean,
No, I have.
here in that spot, I mean, is it look like a pretty tricky line that the fish use? Because basically it's a min raise on the turn, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna fold the top pair, but if I see him doing it for the first time, probably I would fold for the first time. I mean, without information about the guy.
No. Mean bet spots are magic. People do crazy shits. Really, really crazy. So we can easily call down. No way. Of course, if the guy will raise you to 4x on the turn and jumps the river, yeah, we fold the topper for first time without like info. But here, the sizings, the price is really low, and most important, the board. Okay, this jack absolutely there is no connection to the board. This jack turn, yes, but there is no flash. Like it's only 60, only one draw there. Okay.
I have a
Okay.
question about the flop. Why
Yes.
don't we see bet?
Yes, we should like with 6-7 on the ace. With ace, of course, we should bet. It's not a c bet, but lead bet. Yes, that's why I told that in this we are pretending that we check back, misclicked the flop, and we check back.
Okay.
Yes, but of course with ace we always bet call the flop.
Yeah, but with our hand,
Oh.
with 6-7.
Because we pot controller want to hit like see the showdown chip, right? And it's because of the we gonna face a lot of check raises in mid-bet pots. So it's the same story. If you don't know what to do or you're just like starter or whatever, you can just bet fold the flop and that's it. Here we like standard line 3-bet pots is check back.
We only bet with the hands we can call or raise with.
No, not necessarily, but more or less, yeah. There's like mid-bet pots people are crazy. They're less than to fold, and it's hard for us to get like 3 streets of value, and we cannot protect so much because of those check raises. People are aggressive on mid-bet pots. That's why we're checking back. We are trying to just see cheaply showdown or improve and then build a big pot. Here, of course, another like with King 7, Queen 7. Yes, I would bet the flop and then call the raise, unless it's like for really big sizing. Also, like against unknown 6-7 can bet and fold to raise, but it's a little bit too weak. So yeah. Questions?
I'm thinking about if is one hertz appears on the river I think I will be more happy to call even with top pair to a bigger bet, because on that case will be really polarize his range.
Yes,
I
you're
mean,
right. I told the same story.
Yeah, so are you calling on the river a big bet if with top pair, let's say we check back as you say before with an ace on the flop and we bet on the turn. If he bets like 3/4 or pot on a heart on the river,
That's
I
not
think
call. Snap
snap
call.
call.
Yes.
Yes.
Snap.
Perfect.
Snap.
So in that case, we are calling a pot bet with the top pair, right?
Oh, okay. Pot bet might be with some better raise, or even this depends. But 3/4 bet is snap call ever. Okay, pot bet. I have to think. But probably yes as well on this run out. I think it's fine. As default.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, next hand. Hand number 5. Yes, ace off. We face min tree, but we call. And okay, here. Okay, here we bet twice. Check behind the river. We betting big, like 3. Betting like around 5 and on the turn and check back. Okay, V-line has a tight 3-bet range. This still we don't care much about this against min 3-bet. I know, but that it should be, but it's not. Okay, min 3-bet pots are magic, so we should still don't care much about this min 3-bet pots. Of course, then with your info, yes, I would slightly decrease my sizings to not value on myself because it's still huge, because it's still tight range, okay, slightly. But here we can get, I would target then with my slightly smaller size hands like ace queen, ace king. I think in min 3-bet what's he gonna call twice at least. So then I will bet 2.5 here on the turn, like still close to 5 and check back or half pot the turn then, because this jack helps to like ace jack type of hand. So I would bet half pot the turn and check back the river. And like overall, even against this kind of 3-bet range, I hope also you can just change like 3-bet, put the min 3-bet range and 3-bet range in your hat. This also matters. Maybe you have like this is like 3-bet normal range and you have other stat to min 3-bets. I don't know, probably yes. Yes, but I'm still playing like standard, betting twice. I can just like slightly adjust my sizings. Also remember we are kind of semi on, we have some outs to improve also, okay? So also we have some implied odds. If we hit another 6, we have like huge pot bet on the river to get value from like aces, kings, slow played. Okay, so we are not dead here. Questions? I think it's easy hand. Okay. Next hand. And number 6. 5-3 suited. We face 3-bet with snap calls. We check back. And opponent bets 3/4. We win raise. And then bet half. Okay. What we want to accomplish by min raising the turn?
trying to get value from any draws that he may picked up on the turn.
So do you think he's going to fold his draws if you make tricks?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about anything on this hand actually because it's mini 3-bet pot and I'm not confident at all with the relative hand strength here. I mean, I don't know how strong my hand is and if a 3x is an overplay actually. I don't know.
First thing, look at the stack sizes here.
Yes, it's 40
50
BBs.
Okay.
50 BBs.
Yes, he checks back okay, he checks, you checks, then he bets. Well, so simplest stuff, if you don't know how your hand strength is, you can just call. Because this is not half pot, okay? Against half pot I'm raising every time, I don't care. Okay, against this size looks normal, so you can just check call the river. Not a problem. So however, raising, I believe against like 48 big blinds, it's really close to do it. But if I decide somehow to raise here, I'm raising to 15, 16. Okay.
So do we stack off here? Because you said if you decide to raise, what would you do?
If he jams, I guess I'm never folding. It's like because because his range is like yes. My point is if we make it 15, he jams, we have to call like for another. It's gonna be like 2x, or it's really close. Okay. He checks back the flop, so he's weak most likely. Okay, once I raise, I'm never folding. I don't care. Just because it's like 50 big blinds, he checks the flop, 2 pairs. I stack it off. That's why
How do you?
Yes.
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 And how do you like his raise on the turn?
It's not slime. It's not slime. Check back the flop, then raise. This is the problem.
Yeah, but like there is so many draws on the turn, so.
Yes.
I mean, flush draw, straight draw, so we can make villain call us with draws. So I mean, I really like the raise on the turn.
Yes, but it's too small. For sure, it's
yeah.
Yes, actually, yeah. I would raise. Once I get called, I'm thinking about even shipping the river. Because we get the value from like top pairs, he might still check back the king aces, what the kings aces, queens. So I target those hands. I believe he gonna and sometimes just because this is min-2 pot, he not gonna fold the jack. Also possible.
Yeah, but raise bigger on the turn and then
Yes.
jam the river. Yeah.
Yes, or just check call, or then check min raise the river. It's also possibility. Like on some blanks, you can check min raise.
Yep.
But I don't like the size of the turn as well. And guys, if you don't know, like
we can't check min raise the river here. He checks, we can only
okay, yeah, we can min raise him when he bets. Okay, because we check call. Wait, we check back. He bets. We call. Then if he check, we can bet or we'll call the raise or min raise the raise. If he bets, let's say half, but we can make min raise. So yeah, we are in position, so we can still like if he bumps the river, we just call. If he bets small, we can min raise. We have so many possibilities on the river, so we don't necessarily need to raise the turn with our hand. Like Jack 4, Jack 3, snap it, raise the turn, jam the river, no problemo. But here I am a bit worried about my hand strength. So yeah. But like min raising is really bad because we give the good price for the draws.
Yes, he's not making any mistake by calling with draws here. He got the right dot.
Yes.
Okay.
On the others, yeah.
I missed something. If we get shoved on the turn, do we call? We need like 24% equity.
It's really guessing game there, and to be honest, I don't know. That's why I would never. If I raise here on the turn, I'm stacking it off with tricks. Okay, I would raise it big and just call if I somehow decided to raise the turn. Just because I have two pairs in 3-bet pot, there's not so many draws completed, and it's 50 big blinds deep stacks. Okay. But I would never raise the back turn. For me, with 5-3, it's better to just call the turn and then try to min-raise river or call huge bet on river. Just because those like two pairs are still, I don't know where I am there. It's complete. It might be too thin to raise, but it's too strong to just. It's a little bit too strong to just call down. So that's why I'm thinking about raising the river somewhere there on blanks or just to get thin value. And people will do it. Will call light because this is min 3-bet pot. In single raise pot, I would never raise the river in this spot unless I had some reads.
But versus 100 BBs, it's better to raise the turn and fold. Or...
Yes, then we have space to fold, yeah, of course. But against 48 big blinds, min 3-bet pot, there is no space to raise fold. There's absolutely stupid to raise and fold to 3-bet. No way. That's why I don't want to raise this hand on the turn. Sorry? Andros.
Yes.
I have background noise. I will mute you or you fix it. Anyways, we are going for the last hand. So, hand number 7. Okay. 5-3 suited. Or it was the last hand. Okay, so it was last hand. Did we miss anything?
Nope.
Oh wait, I think we missed. Or it's the same hand. Wait.
That's the one.
I think we missed one hand. This one. No, we didn't miss. Okay.
Yeah, we did all.
Okay, so we're done. Guys, the coachings are at 1 p.m. Berlin time. 13 o'clock. With Maestro as well. Okay, for future it's always 13 unless we change it again. But so far we have to do it in morning because the webinar is taken later on. So even if you see in the calendar it's 16, it's not. Okay, it's 13 because we didn't change it for today, and I think probably Maestro thought it's 13. It's 16, but the webinar is taken, so we cannot do it at 16. Okay, so it's always 13 o'clock this time.
Oh.
Okay, so really nice hands, guys. I like it.